This one comes from Austin Finley. Out of Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson, and Josh Allen, who wins the Super Bowl first? Who wins the most? Okay, this is a nice little two-timer here. I like Josh Allen a lot. Joe Burrow, unbelievable. Lamar Jackson, that Baltimore Ravens squad has already won a playoff game. This last year was just all discombobulated with COVID and injuries, and that just seemed to be a clusterfuck all year for Baltimore. Don't think we can judge it there. In Herbert and that Chargers team, another year with Staley. Who's going to go on a run? I mean, this is the next generation of quarterbacks in the NFL, and wow, the NFL has to be excited about it, AJ.
Yeah, I mean, the easy answer here, don't you think? Josh Allen probably to win the first Super Bowl out of these four, and also probably the most if you look at it. I mean, Joe Burrow and what the Bengals are doing, I mean, I give him credit what they did to their O-line and what Joe can do. You can't count him out. But, I mean, Herbert's, man, I don't know. Lamar, too, like all these guys are studs, but I still think Josh Allen does it first. I think the team around him is set up best.
If you heard me about to answer the question, I realized exactly what you did.
Yeah, I realized mid-answer, oh, yeah, there's – okay.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I was like, Josh Allen, obviously the right answer, and then right above him is a guy who's already played in a fucking Super Bowl. And then right next to him is Lamar Jackson, who's the one of one. And then Justin Herbert, if that Chargers team can figure it out, which we don't know why or how they end up losing games so tightly 2 years in a row, another year in the system, Staley, they might get going too. The AFC is a young, tough, absolute, fully loaded bitch to deal with.
And I mean, Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow are in the same goddamn division. And obviously there's now Deshaun. And when you look at Herbert, he's with Mahomes. He's with Derek Carr, who's got Devontae now. I think it's Josh Allen just because, like, the Patriots and the Dolphins aren't as good 2-3 in their division compared to the other guys.
Hey, Tone, riddle me this. How come everybody takes shots at Tua? This morning I'm on Get Up, and that was a good transition by you talking about the AFC East. This morning on Get Up, Chris Long was asked about Devontae Adams leaving. I was asked on how I think Aaron feels, and I haven't talked to Aaron since it happened, so I just make up a lie. And that was like 19 minutes after I woke up, so I wasn't, in there. But I just had to make up an answer, and I just assumed that Aaron's not excited that the best wide receiver in the game is no longer a teammate of his. I'm not 100% sure, but he might have known it was happening, allegedly, whatever. And then they asked Chris Long was on Get Up. By the way, Chris Long, very good. We are big fans of Chris Long on microphones around here. I'm happy he's getting on Get Up, and I hope that's a more regular thing because we watch that show every morning. He goes, Devontae Adams to the Raiders, definitely a lot better than Tyreek Hill to Miami. I mean, Tyreek doesn't have a guy who can throw him the ball. Devontae Adams has Derek Carr. I'm like, whoa. What the fuck did Tua just take a shot? We weren't even talking about Tua. We're talking about Devontae Adams. Yeah. And all of a sudden, Tua takes a shot. Why is everybody against Tua on these internet football streets, Diggs?
I think it's easy, and I think it's popular, and I think part of the reason is because, he was drafted right in between Burrow and then
Herbert,
thank you. And then I also think that the Miami Dolphins did not do him any favors by making him a relief pitcher, coming in for Jacoby when he was, not healthy enough to start, but healthy enough to come in and play at the end of the game. And things like that happened with Fitzpatrick. And so, like, I think his own organization has set this up for him where he's kind of an easy target now.
Gumpy, the self-sabotage. What is going? Everybody hates Tua right now. How's Tua going to hold up? I mean, Chris Long talked about the Las Vegas Raiders, Devontae Adams, and then boom, this guy can't even play quarterback. And I respect Chris Long a lot. Multi-time Super Bowl champion, been there, done that. Grew up in an NFL family. Does that scare you a little bit? Go.
I appreciate you taking the stand on Get Up this morning, Pat. Tua, just like I said, he hasn't had the team around him. You can say whatever you want, but they never gave him a chance. Like this year, I think judge him after this year. If you don't like how he plays this year, go ahead. But up until now, he hasn't been surrounded by his team, and he's never really had a chance. This is his year to prove that he is a good quarterback in the NFL.
And I'm not saying this is like Tua's injury prone, but if he does, like, the only worry I think is that they have an unbelievable roster now. But if he gets injured again and misses 4-5 games, is he going to fall into that like Jimmy G?
This guy stinks, yeah.
Well, even the Jimmy G category where it's like, hey, yeah, when you're playing, you're great, but you've been hurt every single year.
AJ, do you remember them fucking saying that he had nothing wrong with his ribs?
Oh, yeah, of course.
That was so
Why?
bad.
Why did that happen?
I don't know. I have no idea. That seemed planned to bury Tua. That seemed.
Yeah. That was the thing coming in on Tua, though. Like, is he sturdy enough to hold up a 17-game regular season NFL schedule coming out. He was coming off the hip, right? He had his labrum shaved down, or he had something going on there that he was rehabbing. So yeah, he needs to hopefully stay in the lineup the whole season and play well, and then I think you can kind of have an accurate assessment of what you think he may be.
Hey, go on, Tua.
Come on now, Tua.
You talk about Irsay being so involved, Pat. Like, that's the issue with the Dolphins. Stephen Ross isn't even fucking there half the time.
He's got no idea what's going on, huh?
No clue.
What about J-Lo and Mark Anthony?
Yeah, it's true. And who else? Usher, I think. Wasn't Usher?
Serena? Isn't Serena part of it?
Ross has a good yacht, though. It's got to be tough to be around the team when you can just go to the yacht. Have the coach come to you, talk over game plan strategy on the yacht.
Jim Irsay's got a yacht, I assume, right? Don't you think?
Has to.
No, maybe not. Maybe he just rents it so it's not always available.
Beach house?
Because if a yacht is always available, I feel like they probably make the decision to head to the yacht that has a spa on it, then it go overlook the Greek.
Lease that thing out, get a little kickback on your investment.
Yeah, charters.
Yeah, run that thing a little bit, like a horse. Stephen Ross ain't doing that. He's on the thing all day, every day. He doesn't care about the Dolphins. You guys are pulling Tua with 2 minutes left when he seems like he's playing good to make him look bad and have somebody else come in and save him. Awesome. You're announcing Tua as a starter out of nowhere and not telling the starter that was actually on a pretty good run, who's beloved by basically everybody. You're not telling him first. And are you going to tell that guy to not go out publicly and say, like, he's incredibly depressed and heartbroken and pissed off about it? Are you doing that? No, you're not going to do any of that stuff to try to save PR or think about Tua's mental headspace at all? No. Okay, cool. Yeah, my boat's leaving right now. All right, sweet. Do it. Knock it out. And by the way, let the head coach know I'll give him $100,000 for every loss. That is what people are alleging now, right? That is what's being alleged about down there. And instead now and you're saying judge him after this year. This is his first year in this offensive system. This is a first-year head coach. Who knows what Mike McDaniel knows and what he doesn't know? I mean, there is.
I'm not saying you can, you never really know exactly, but at least we're going to get a good look at him.
I agree.
If he only plays, if Tua is only able to play like half the season, then it's going to be tough. Then we're going to be doing the same thing next offseason probably.
Go ahead, Gump.
If you bash him after this year, I could at least understand it. If he plays a full year and it doesn't go well, I could understand the hate. But up until now, there's no reason to say that he is not an NFL quarterback or a good one.
And he's super cool, too. I talked about him playing his ukulele this morning, which I've seen him actually play after getting surgery and stuff. Let Tua live.